Supporters of legislation that would prohibit smoking in Kentucky public places rallied in Frankfort on Wednesday alongside Kentucky Chamber of Commerce officials. Bills to prohibit smoking in indoor places, including restaurants and bars, enjoy bipartisan support in both chambers of the Kentucky legislature. Similar measures have surfaced in several past sessions, and Kentucky Chamber of Commerce President David Atkinson sees growing momentum.
We think this is the year to get it across the finish line. The main goal of the business community this year is to see that the legislation gets a fair hearing in both houses of the legislature. About 2/3 of Kentuckians support this kind of legislation. We think that will come through if it gets a fair hearing and a fair vote.
A House bill to prohibit smoking in indoor public places has passed a House committee and awaits a vote by the full House. A similar Senate bill is awaiting action in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Atkinson says the bills enjoy bipartisan support and is calling on legislative leaders to move the measures. A recent survey by the Chamber of Commerce shows more than 90% of chamber members favor smoke-free workplaces, indicative of the growing burden the consequences of smoking is placing on them.
It's affecting insurance rates for employers. It's affecting their tax bills through the health costs that government has to pay for. It's affecting productivity of their employees, especially in terms of absenteeism. And it's just generally a burden on business that all of a sudden business is saying, wait, we can't afford to do this forever.
Chamber of Commerce President and CEO David Atkinson points out Kentucky has the highest percentage of adult smokers in the nation and one of the highest percentages of youth smokers. Among other things, those numbers are hurting Kentucky when a company considers locating in the Commonwealth.
If they look at a particular location and say, well, that location's number one in adult smoking, one of the top states in youth smoking, and our workforce is going to come from that population, they might have grave misgivings about getting into a situation where their insurance premiums are going to be higher and their tax bills for medical insurance are going to be higher.
An overwhelming majority of chamber members surveyed support smoke-free workplaces, pointing to the $1.5 billion price tag for smoking-related health care, the loss of productivity, and the adverse impact on business recruiting due to Kentucky's high number of smokers. This is Richard Farmer.